Hello everyone. I'm sure you know what that time is, what this means. It's Tandy time. And we need to readjust my screen a little bit here. There we go. Center it. Yes, I know I'm trying a new capture device this year. It's a little the same one, but it's a little different. And yes, we're going to run in crappy RGB mode because today we're going to fix and clean my autoexec.bat and config.sys files on this Tandy 1000. As we can see, I have a config.sys line 5 error. So we're going to clean boot. And then we're going to go in here. And then we're going to go to edit. Config.sys. And let's take a look at why line 5 looks like crap. This isn't really work for me. This is fun. This is why I love old technology. I can be totally leisurely with this. Wow. We need to kind of shake up that cable a little bit back there, I think. Or something. Yeah, this is going to be an experiment in fixing my settings today. So I recorded my Tandy from the composite out straight into my computer. Someone said, oh, we need to get this guy some kind of thing. I'm going to not use a preset this time. We're just going to use, let's try 480 by 320, see how that looks. And use simple FPS values. And we'll just go ahead and, yeah, we'll do that. We'll stop buffering. So yeah, I know it looks like an absolute goony piece of crap. Oh, here we go. So if we look through my config.sys menu, and we're working in the black and white regular monitor composite mode for a reason right now. It says line 5 is bad. Now, if you've ever used DOS Edit, if you look on this, I don't know if I have the mouse set up on it, not right now. But if you look in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, you'll see that 00001 and 001. That's how you know what line you're on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Menu item. DM. This is deskmate. Should probably change that to DM2. So that's what we'll do. And then look down. Yep, DM2. So that was the first mistake. So we're going to do Alt File. Save. And then we're going to go Alt, Exit, and then we're going to reboot the Tandy again. The reason why my boot up files on the Tandy are all messed up is because I replaced the hard drive earlier this summer. It had a 125 meg 2.5-inch drive sitting in back. I sold that on eBay and put in instead the 4 gig that was in the compact and put an 8 gig in my compact. That's how that works. Yeah, so we'll see if it gives that error on 5. Let's see, we're still using XT IDE. Now we're going to roll on down to clean boot regular network. I'm just going to run the clean boot, and we're going to see what's going on with each boot thing. So it says bad command or file name CLN. Yeah, it seems a little odd. And then path C:/DOS, and then go to end. Label not found. Yeah, we need to edit a few files here. We need to edit config.sys because I'm pretty sure that's the clean thing. I just want to make sure that my config.sys is clean. Yes, this is slow. This is a 4.77 megahertz V20, so we're not really expecting high speed from this computer. As you can see, I'm going to kind of show you, this is how your DOS menus actually work. We have, up here is your menu header. This tells DOS, okay, we're going to create a menu system. Then you have menu item, and then the name of the menu item, then another comma, and then you go to the actual name you want to see appear on screen. On most of my vintage PCs, like this Tandy, I have multiple boot configs. We have clean boot, which I use for most gaming, regular, network, and then the others. When we scoot down here and take a look at things, you can see clean just clean boots it. These all load a file called joy.sys. That's my Tandy Deluxe mouse's driver. This Tandy Deluxe mouse works like a joystick, so it has to use that driver to function. I think our config.sys is good, so we'll go. And if you're hearing the whir in the background, I got a big box fan behind me. It makes it tolerable to shoot this in the middle of the summer in my garage. So I'm also on call, so there may be times where I might pause this video. And then I'm going to probably add an echo off here. Add another echo off down here somewhere. It's a pretty common thing. Kind of do that. And then as we look down here, CLN, I mean, I'm looking at this on a CGA monitor, so it's a little tricky. It says CLN. I think it's go-to config. And we have DOS, we have no print, we have all that, and then we have the go-to end. And we need the end down here. So it's not finding all that because this doesn't have a semicolon next to it. So what we're going to do is do that. We're going to test each boot on this Tandy 1000 just to see what it does. So we're going to save. And we're going to see if we can fix this problem that we were having with the boot time here with the Tandy. This is what I do when I'm sorting these old machines out. Honestly, was back when I first started collecting retro computers. It was the fun of tinkering with the machines, but these days now in my 40s, I'm starting to get less into that and more into just taking the computers I already have and really running them well and getting them, you know, really dialed in. This Tandy I've got extremely well dialed in. I've actually streamlined the setup, as you can kind of see. So if we go down here into my boot menu, you can see we have one for clean boot. So let's try clean boot first. There we go. That's exactly what I want to see. Now we're going to move to the next one. We're just going to test each boot menu as we go. We're going to test each one. We're going to make sure they all work. Some of them have more commands than others. Good way of showing off the machine. So, here we are, MS-DOS. Now we're going to go to my regular boot, and we're going to see what it does. That one also has the no print feature, which also stops it from printing. We can also tell if it was working properly, because if we go into edit now, not to use my work surface for a mouse pad, unfortunately. While we wait for edit to load, as you can see now, my mouse works. That's that Tandy Deluxe mouse. So, and you can click on like escape and all that. So yeah, we have a mouse on a Tandy 1000. A native actual hardware mouse. So that's how that's supposed to work. So we have that one out of the way now. Now we're going to Control-Alt-Delete. We're going to try the networking setup, and we're going to do a few network things real quick too. Yes, I use this computer on my network. I use it with my FTP server. Which is internal only. So All right, so now we'll do network, and this enables networking on my computer. And so you can see we've loaded the packet driver. We're doing a DHCP on MTCP. It's requesting an address. There it goes. It got one through there. Now it's pulling the NTP server for the date and time, or at least it normally does. And that's one of those items. We're going to go ahead and look at MTCP real quick. We're going to see if we have NTP. Oh, SNTP.bat. That's the one that I have to do. So there's an SNTP server that I have it set up to launch. I launch most of my stuff for MTCP through batch files, just so I don't have to type the whole thing out. So let's try SNTP here. SNTP.bat. There we go. Yeah, so I'll have to set that time zone environment variable for that to work. We'll deal with that in a later video because I have to look up how to do that again. Anyway, I'm going to hit Control-Alt-Delete again. We're going to kind of test my other two setups, my other two programs. So come on. Come on. Okay, we got to poke it with the reset button. Sometimes the Tandy isn't the most agreeable machine, but hey, she turns 40, I think, she turns 40 next year, so this is an 85, so I sometimes forget and call it an 84 because the original 1000 came out in 84. The 1000A came out in 85. Mine's a 1000A. It seems the 1000A and the 1000SX were the two most popular desktop versions, and then the HX and EX are probably the two other most popular versions. There's like your top 4 or the top 5 of Tandy. I think probably one of the SLs or TLs is probably a third. So this is Deskmate 2. This is really the program that originally was intended for the Tandy 1000SX. I have it on here because I actually use this computer. And I also have networking set up on it, so you can actually, you know, connect to other resources with it if possible. I saw V Westlife was doing something with that on his channel with his Tandy, so but unfortunately that's not working. So we'll just look at the hard drive here, see what's on there. I think, yeah, DM2 is how I have it with the 2 I's. So we have some editing to do. Anyway, what's supposed to show you here is here it is, Deskmate 2 in black and white mode. What you're seeing isn't too different from me. I mean, you know, you can scoot around on screen. You have, you know, your text filer, your worksheet, your filer, your telecom, your calendar, mail. Yeah, you can press F9 to delete that file. What's kind of cool is you were able to actually get email in this back in the 80s. So this is really like an office program for the 80s. You know, text editor. Funny thing, I used to use this in high school to write lyrics a lot. All the old lyrics for like the really early MJ stuff was done on a Tandy 1000 SX. Not much unlike this in this actual Deskmate program. If we hit F10, trying to find the quit thing. If we just hit escape, that's F1. That gives us the date and time. So right now it would probably be, we'll just set, since it's Septandy, we'll do not 09/01/2024. As you can see, it's not Y2K compliant. There you go. Time. I'd say it's probably around 14:39. So 2:39 p.m. Yep, we're right on the money. Although it's really August 2024. This program's not Y2K compliant, obviously. You can do Control Q, you can do Q. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to see about getting out of this. I think it's like F10, F. So we're going to exit out. Yeah, that's the current. There we go. So F12 gets you out of deskmate. C/edit. And now we're going to readjust it. This is what I do a lot of the time. So now we're in my multi-boot config. I'm going to quickly pull out my phone, look at that set time zone thing in here. Yeah, we're just following me working in real time, getting this all set up. So we're going to set my time zone. Set time zone would be... We're going to need to do it for DOS. This is a nice thing. Back in the 80s, I would have had to flip through a Tandy guide for this instead of have it on my phone already. All right. So we're going to look in that. So we're going to go in here. And it didn't set it in DOS, so we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, so now we're going to do that. So we're going to kind of take a look at this. Pacific Standard Time 8. Eight PDT. There we go. We'll set our time zone in here. We'll set that for the next one. Right here. And then we're going to... Now we got to change this. And that should change that one. Now we're going to do Control-Alt-Delete. Reboot this machine. Yeah, I put this off for quite a while. So sometimes Control-Alt-Delete doesn't like to play nice. That's why we have reset buttons on these old things. I gotta go ahead and waggle my cable some more. I think I'm shaking up the top too much. There you go. Even if it's not, you know, it's fine. Kind of running in TV mode anyway, like this. So let's pull on it. Pull on it some more. Yes, cheap quality cables on this Tandy. So we're going to kind of try some stuff. It's probably also not helping them running this here in kind of a rough shape, but we'll just go ahead and go back to it. So we're going to go to deskmate 2, retest that reboot. We'll see if it comes up in color now. And so it has to run, it has to resolve an IP address like twice for me to be able to actually get it working. as you can see, because it has to set the date and time that way. twmenu.exe, yeah. So I think the way we fix this is edit can autoexec. I think it's sending the chroma signal out for CGA, so, you know, fun times. So maybe you'll see this in color now. Yeah, you kind of are. It's not really locking sync with the CGA chroma signal very well, but it's doing it. It's doing something. So anyway, we'll go in here. We'll go do it this way because I remember this was the way we did it anyway. Because the problem is the Active Directory that you're actually running deskmate in has to be that directory. So this is the way I always got work. EM2. So let's try that. And then we'll hit that Alt key. And then we're going to Control Alt Delete. And hopefully not freeze up the machine again. Here we go. Yeah, I know this is absolutely the worst video quality ever. It'll probably get better because when we put this in TV mode, it actually looks nice. This is just me working with what I got here, you know. So, booting it up. I know that's going to give some people a headache. I'm sorry. It's just, it is what it is. And then in here, we're going to boot up. Starting MS-DOS. And then we're going to try Deskmate 2 now. And this should probably work now. So we're going to mess around in Deskmate a little bit as well. Here we go. And as you can see, that's how I fixed Deskmate. Of course, it's still not working for the other parts, so we're going to do one last thing here. And hit F12. And then we're going to go over to, well, we're going to wait for it to do its thing. I'm sure someone's going to comment, oh, you need an RGB converter. I'm like, yeah, I would love to have that option for this machine. Anyway, we're going to go cd/ edit autoexec.bat again. Because we need to change my SNTP entries. I just realized we didn't change that last time, so that's probably part of the problem. And that'll get us a fairly accurate file date. So I'm going to go in here. We're going to scroll on down. Yeah, SNTP.bat. So that's the mistake I made. And it should work for all these. I didn't do the set time zone for DM3, so. And then SNTP.bat. It just pulls from that pool.org site. So now we're going to do Control-Alt-Delete, do another reboot. It is what it is. Also, this is a really crappy capture device. I use the cheapest bargain basement stuff ever. You're also getting a little bit of a delay between the computer and me playing on the computer and the actual computer itself, so there you go. So we're going to test Deskmate 2 now and make sure the date and time comes through, and then we'll test Deskmate 3, and I think we'll be done with setting all this up. Here we go. Nope, that didn't work. See if that works. Alright. We have to get a new DHCP address. You gotta go here. Mm-hmm. And that's not gonna work, so here's how I'm gonna do it. We're gonna change the paths on these. Because I think I put the path command way too low on this. So I'm going to set path as another environment variable. There you go. It's one of the bigger mistakes that we're making here. So I think we can just use the path command. Let's try that. We're in here giving everybody a headache. Yeah, it is what it is, you know. We can pull this out. Try that again. Something is allowing the Chroma Luma signal to come through. I'm not quite sure what it is. Let's do DV capture. Let's simple. Let's use rational values. It'll only let me do simple while I'm recording. Okay. Actually looks a little bit better. So it's hot pink. I mean, path equals c:/DOS c:/MTCP, and then slash dm2. And that's what messes us up when we have this path here. Go shift, shift, shift. Delete. At c:/dm2. And do alt exit. And then we're going to go here. Let's take a look at this. So I think right after this, we'll get it tuned in. Yeah, it's looking a little better now. All right. Getting a little bit of that Chroma Luma looking all right on here. I'm going to try a couple more tries with this. Getting a little bit of crosstalk modulation in there or something. I don't know. It's looking a little better at that label. We'll try Deskmate 2. We're going to get close enough for government work. I just want my menus to work. So let's see if this works now. Go. Here we are. We got our timeout waiting for server response. Yeah, so we'll do that. So we have to go to, and that's how we have to go in there. So that's another thing I might try to fix on another day. And then we're just going to try the DM3 one. The Deskmate things are not as important to me as the other programs. Mainly playing DOS games and stuff like that. So, you know how that goes. So here we go. And we're going to try deskmate 3 now. So it's doing what it should do, it seems, or at least trying really hard. Getting its IP address. Yeah. So you have this. This is the deskmate 3 thing, so we're going to go to... Yeah, there's desk.exe in that lower group of lines. cd/mtcp sntp.bat. And I need to update my version of MTCP, by the way. NTP doesn't like me right now. Anyway, we'll go to desk 3 and then desk, and I'll kind of show you what that looks like. So here we are, we're in deskmate 3. It looks funky because, you know, you got all the stuff on here. You got your music studio stuff. I'll try that, see if that plays through there. I think you can like so it's a music studio application. We might play with this some. It's a little hard for me to do in CGA. So you can't even hear it because I have to do one more thing. We need to quit this app. We need to hit F12 to get the hell out of here. Or exit. So here we are. This is a utility called Tandy speaker. And what it does is it allows you to control the mixer inside the Tandy 1000 to tell it where to send the audio to. Usually I do TDY SPKR, and then I usually do I usually configure my speakers for both. Now it's enabled for both. Now we can go in the desk 3 and we can look at that music application real quick. I like messing with old school music software like this because you can do some weird sequencer kind of stuff with it and so forth. So let's go back in and take a look at this blues. Yeah, it's Tandy 1000 blues time. So let's open that file. Come on. Come on. You know what's sad is it's actually easier to read on my other machine now that we're running in black and white mode. Let's play it. So that's just internal speaker sound. So what we're going to do now is we're going to escape this application. I need to get the drivers for the Tandy 1000 internal speaker setup on this, so we can get the full range of stuff. Anyway, just to kind of do that, so now we're going to go C/edit, and then we're going to, for most of these, we're going to use TD speaker just to change the inputs. So what we're going to do here is we're going to press enter, and then we're going to alt open /c:/autoexec.bat. There we go. And we're going to go back in and edit our autoexec.bat file. And we're going to get the hell out of this help guide here. There we go. So on all these, I'm going to do because all this utility, that's all it does. And I could probably copy this. I'm just not used to not using Control V. So right now I'll hit Alt and go to copy. And then we just go ahead and do Shift Insert everywhere we want to. So do Shift and an Insert right there. Oh, we got the clean video coming back. And I could have maybe done it on each one, but maybe I want to eventually use these individually for different configurations. Right now, that's what we're going to do. And so that's pretty much the Tandy 1000A as of this year. We'll take a look at a few other things. I mean, what have we got here? We'll look in System Checker. Take a look and see what System Check tells us about it. But anyway, I don't know how long this is going to actually run, so, we're going to go ahead and stop here, I think, because I think I hung the system. Anyway, I'm signing out. See you in the next video.